Hi guys, welcome to the J. Scott Outdoors podcast. I've got my friend Monty Parsons from the Grand Canyon, Tucson area. We're headed to the Green River and we're about 15 minutes out. We left Carbondale, Colorado this morning around 6 a.m. and it's about 9:25. And the Cicada hatch has been strong over here at the Green River for the last month or so, and my guide buddies over here have all said it's been a really good year. So Monty and I are headed back to the Green River today. We are going to fish the A section and B section of the river, and then we'll see how it fishes today and determine what we do tomorrow. But our waters around Carbondale area have still high. The Roaring Fork is flowing crazy high. We actually took Monty's kids on a fun float yesterday or a couple days ago, and I could actually hear out in the middle of the river channel, I could actually hear the river rocks rolling underneath the boat. And that's the first time I've ever heard that, which is pretty cool. But it doesn't make for very good fishing. The Eagle are just starting to kind of put trips on the Eagle. The commercial guide boats are starting to finally hit the Eagle. So we're hoping maybe after we get done here at the Green River, we're going to go check out the Eagle and see if we can get some fishing there. So today ought to be pretty fun. We're going to fish cicada patterns primarily. They're also having some caddis come off and yellow sallies, but the fish are still keyed in on cicadas. So Monty's going to throw probably a single big cicada pattern and see if we can get a few trout to come to the net. What do you think, Monty? You ready?
I am ready.
We came here last year. The last time we came, I came here with Terry Cook a couple weeks ago, but last year Monty came, we came up here and it was already past cicada season, and we fished like big Chernobyl ants. It was kind of hopper season. Didn't catch a lot of fish, Monty, but caught some quality fish. So yeah, we're looking forward to another good time here at the Green River. If you guys ever get a chance to come up and see the Flaming Gorge Reservoir and see the dam and stay here, go on a rafting trip or fishing trip, I highly recommend it. One of the things that's very unique about the river is it's extremely clear water. So you can see the bottom and see a lot of fish, which is always fun. It's split up basically into three sections. You've got the A section, which I think is roughly about 9 miles, I think, and then the B section is about the same, and then the C section I think is a little bit longer. The A section probably has the most fish per mile. Then the B section it gets a little more spread out, not quite as canyony as the A section, and then the C section, which I have not floated, is actually pretty open, a little more alluvial, and a lot more kind of like grass banks and such. So that's something I would like to do someday. There's some really big fish down there on the C section. So yeah, if you get a chance to get up here to the Green River, I recommend it. You can fly into Salt Lake City. Just a really neat area. So we're going to go get after them, and hopefully we'll report in with how our fishing was today. We're going to be using probably 3X 9-foot leader down to 4X tippet, about probably a foot of 4X, and we'll try and angle the boat in a way that we can get as long a drift as we can and see if we can get some fish to come up and eat the big bugs. So Monty's ready, and we'll see what we can do. You guys can hear that buzzing sound. Those are cicadas. All right, guys, a little update here. It's 9:20 p.m. We were on the water for over 10 hours, and we did the A-B section there at the Green River. We put in at the dam below Flaming Gorge, and we took out at Indian Crossing. And Monty, your arm sore?
My arm is sore.
We actually started out pretty rough. Probably for the first, I'd say, 2 hours, we didn't actually land a fish. You had a couple hits and what have you. Had tons of boats. I'll bet you when we got there, I think we put on about 10-15, and there were probably, I'm guessing, what, Monty, 50-60 boats for sure?
Yeah.
In front of us. Fish were pretty persnickety. A lot of pleasure boaters and rafters and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we got down to kind of Mother-in-Law Rapid, kind of down in the canyon, and started picking up some fish when the kind of got in more of the choppy water, and started picking up some more fish on the Cicada pattern. Had a beautiful rainbow on, probably the one we'll think about, even though you just pounded all those big fish. Big torpedo rainbow, probably like a 6-7 pound fish type of fish. Big football that jumped a couple times and we lost it. But Monty, you landed some fantastic fish. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, it was a great day. It's the best I've ever had on the Green River, but a lot of brown trout, a few rainbows. Caught them on the caddis later in the day, and then switched back over to the Cicada, and all the way till after 8 p.m. we were still catching fish, and it was incredible.
Yeah, that's something to be said there. So we were fishing the Cicada and having pretty good action, but we noticed a lot of caddis coming off, and to be honest, Monty, we probably fished for an hour when we probably should have switched to the caddis.
Yeah.
And then we switched to a double caddis rig, one a size 18 ginger variant, just so we could kind of see it. And actually my caddis box, I only had a few caddis with me, and then a peacock size 18 caddis, and that's the one they were hitting the most. And kind of at the bottom end of A section, kind of right out through the mouth of the canyon, Monty caught a bunch of had a lot of action on that caddis. And then once we kind of hit the B section, we fished it for a mile, maybe 2, and they kind of slowed off of it. The wind kind of came up, and we switched back to the big bug. Kind of had, the sun kind of went down, and we had a lot of shade, and they just started just smashing the Cicada. We had one that Monty was just casting right out in the middle of the river, and we heard it just sucked it down, and it jumped at least once.
Right.
Pretty big fish.
Yeah.
And you had several where you were just fishing main channel and just hammered it out there. So we don't know. We're rushing back to try and beat the 10 o'clock deadline at Flaming Gorge to get some food at the restaurant, and we're trying to make a plan for the morning. I think I'll talk to Colby Crosland and with Spinnerfall and see if he's got any ideas. We're thinking of doing B tomorrow, possibly C, or maybe running through the top half of A stretch, just blowing through it and getting to the good stuff and fishing AB. So we'll update you guys in the morning, but another great day on the green. It's so funny how they can go for a couple hours and be nothing, and you think there's not a fish in the river, and then you start getting in the right place at the right time with the right fly, and all of a sudden you can't do anything wrong.
That's right.
So that's the scoop. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, guys, we have finally got the skunk off us. Good looking fish, Monty. Good fish. Oh yeah. Solid, huh?
Nice one. Big old head on that thing, Jay.
Look at that bruiser. Oh yeah. Just a bruiser.
Big one.
We'll take it.
And rough go.
I wish we could have landed that rainbow.
Oh, Jay, that thing looked like it was about this big to me.
It was fat.
And then like around here,
It's girthy.
do you think he looked like he was about that big?
Yeah, he's like a 6-7 pounder.
You got to see him jump though, huh?
Oh yeah, I saw him take and jump.
Wow, he was really big. Thick.
That's a thick one. Beautiful, Monty. Thick fish. Good one, Monty. Under the boat. Beautiful. Well, you cast out there and I saw him underneath it like a shark.
Take it.
Awesome. That's the corner of his mouth, huh?
It's thick. This picture taken. Yes.
Looks like his mouth's a little mangled there.
There you go, big guy.
That's awesome.
That was awesome. What size was that fly?
18 caddis, yeah. We've been fishing a cicada all day, and we went through about a 45-minute stretch where it was slow, and they were caddis everywhere, so we switched to caddis and immediately.
Yeah. We should have done an hour ago. But we got a lot of hours ahead of us.
Try some more.
You done?
Yeah. Now we're on them.
Yeah.
We're on the crab now.
Roll me back here. I'm on the bush.
All right, Monty. Nice job. Beautiful rainbow, man. Fat. Shoulders on that.
Thank you.
Beautiful fish right there. Let's get them a little more in the current. What do you got, Monty?
Oh.
You got line everywhere? You got a big one?
Yeah, I do have a big one. Nice one. Huge. Very respectable.
Put the cicada back on.
Boy. Sorry to break my...
Got it right in the corner of his mouth.
Yeah, he does. He's just a fighter. I thought he was... We're going to have a cicada on for... Oh.
Got him?
He's a
Good, a big fish. Hang on, Monty. That's a big one. Oh.
Big bugs. You got that rope.
awesome.
Pretty thick. Just a long ways to go home. We drug him down the river.
We relocated him.
Oh, my heavens. That was only like I don't know, 5 minutes with that bug.
Cicada and a big boy showed up.
Look at this.
He's pulling, isn't he? Oh,
Boy.
jumper. Cicada madness.
Yes, it is. Right out in the middle.
That other one just crushed it right in the middle. Look at that sucker.
Not done.
Right in the corner of his mouth. You caught that right out in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that, right in the side of his mouth.
There he is.
That thing's using you like a cheap suit. Is he coming?
I'm trying.
Do I need a back row?
Yeah, I don't know. Show him who his boss is.
Is he a monster?
It's a good one.
That better not be a dink, Monty, or we're gonna miss dinner. What is it? Can you see? A monster?
I've not got a visual yet.
It's a good sign. What the heck? He's not even showing himself, is he? What the heck you got on there?
That net ready. Here he comes.
Where? Oh, that's bait. Oh, yeah. Another nice one right in the corner of his mouth. That net is, what, 27 inches from tip to tip?
Yeah. You eat that.
Eat the cicada?
Yeah.
I'm not eating that. You eat that. Dude.
I have fresh gum in. You ready?
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Are you going to eat that?
No. Remove my gum.
Oh my God.
Where'd he go?
Oh my gosh, he ate a salmon fly, now a cicada? No way. Oh my gosh, Monty, what have you done?
Tastes like wood.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
You did it. That is craziness. That is disgusting. Guys, we just finished our second day of floating on the Green River. Before I get to the recap of the day, I want to thank the sponsors of this podcast. I want to thank GoHunt.com, the optics department, the Go Hunt Gear Shop. My friend Cody Nelson of 20 plus years is the glassing guru. I've called him that for a long time. He is the optics authority. He's the manager of the GoHunt.com Gear Shop, and he sells the optics, the binos, the tripods, the spotting scopes, rifle scopes, all the things to do with optics. And an interesting thing, this month of July, there's a promotion going on. If you order anything, either by calling Cody at 702-847-8747 at extension 2. So all you have to do is call Cody and order something, or go to GoHunt.com Gear Shop and order. And when you check out, use the JSO, that's the JSO promo code, or JScott19, either one, JSO or JScott19 promo code. You're going to be entered into a drawing. So if you spend $32, you're going to get 32 entries. If you spend $567, you're going to get 567 entries, and you're entered into a drawing for a $1,000 Go Hunt Gear Shop gift card. So all you got to do is order something from GoHunt.com, and you're automatically entered into the drawing. Like I said, you can also email Cody at optics@GoHunt.com. And also remind you that this month, the month of July, GoHunt.com Insider is completely free. You can partake in a 30-day free trial. That's going to get you full access to everything within the Insider. And you can go on and check out harvest statistics. You can check out draw odds. You can check out, your favorite mule deer areas, favorite elk, favorite states. You can see the trends. You can compare, from years past. They do a really good job with charts and graphs and what have you. You can also read all of the strategy articles. You go on for 30 days. It's just as if you're a member of the Insider and you got full access. So all you got to do is go to GoHunt.com /JScott and follow the prompts for the 30-day free trial. I want to thank Go Hunt for their sponsorship. I also want to thank KUIU Ultralight Hunting, KUIU.com, KUIU Ultralight Hunting. That's the gear that I wear on all my hunts. Phonescope.com. That's the digiscoping device I use for my spotting scope and my binoculars. Use the JScott19 promo code and you're going to get a 10% discount on all orders. And onxmaps.com. Use the JScott19 promo code to get 20% off on all orders. Guys, we had an awesome day yesterday on the Green River, and we got up this morning and went and floated the B section, and we started at about 7:45. Looking back, we probably should have started at about 7 or 7:15. We put in on the B section, which the B section is right there out of Dutch John, Utah. And we put in at the Little Hole, which is the start of the B section. And I don't know exactly. I think it's like a 9-mile float down to Indian Crossing. But we got stuck kind of right in the middle of when all of the guides were launching their trips. Typically, guides launch at about 8 o'clock. We launched at 7:45 and had, 6 or 8, maybe 10 boats in front of us and, 5 or 6, 8 boats around us. So it was a little claustrophobic. Monty started out right off the bat, literally right out of the takeout from the put-in from Little Hole, with boats all around us, fishing a cicada. Had a fish come up in a riffle and just a brown trout pounded a cicada. And for the first mile or two, we were kind of clogged up with boats. It just seemed like everybody was pounding the same spots. But as kind of the morning wore on, we were able to kind of separate and get a little bit of breathing room, and Monty caught quite a few fish on a cicada pattern. We had yellow sallies probably at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to maybe noon, kind of a pretty good yellow sally hatch, which a yellow sally is a yellow stonefly. I think it's the smallest of the stoneflies. But we pretty much fished cicada. We did put sallies on for a little while. We fished with the big cicada, orange legs, and he did pretty good. Caught some really nice fish. This trip, as far as cicada fishing goes, was probably the most activity that I've seen. I've been kind of chasing, if you will, this cicada hatch for the last probably, 10 years. 8 to 10 years up there at the Green River, and this is the most prolonged hatch where, long period of time where I was able to make 2 different trips, and this trip was better than the first one. And it probably lasted a month long this year of cicada fishing, and some really nice big fish, mostly browns. Mostly browns came, up for the cicada. It's funny, you fish the banks. Sometimes you can also fish middle of the river, and it's interesting that the A on the takes on the A section are a little more slow and deliberate. They kind of look at the fly quite a bit. It seems like on the B section, they just come and smash it. Once they come and commit, they're going to hammer it. Also, a tip that I learned a couple years ago from Colby Crosland, a guide for spinnerfall, was when those fish come up and they're hovering right below the cicada and really, they're kind of floating backward with it. A lot of times they'll come and put their nose to it and they're expecting you to yank that out. So just let it sit there as hard as it is and let them bump it with their nose. Usually they'll bump it and they'll follow it and then they'll hit it. But cicada fishing is phenomenal. So we did the A-B section the day before or yesterday and the B section today. And now we're headed back to Carbondale. The report there in the Carbondale, Basalt, Aspen area, even over in the Eagle River Valley over by Vale and Edwards, is the water's still really, really high. It is finally clearing. But this is, we're probably going to see prime dry fly fishing probably like the last week of July. Here in the Roaring Fork, the green drakes are kind of coming off midday and right at dark. But the water is so high, there's not a ton of dry fly pockets to hit and try and get, some of those soft cushions where you can float those dry flies. But one good thing about it, between the Roaring Fork and the Eagle, probably going to have some great fishing all the way into August, which is very unlike normal years. Usually, by about the third week in July, the Eagle is done being floatable, and it's still at like 2,200 CFS. So, and the Fork is still really high. So, unfortunately, probably the big hatch on the Roaring Fork is the green drake. It's probably going to move upriver before much of the Roaring Fork is very floatable. So that's kind of the report. Guys, if you get a chance to go to the Green River below Flaming Gorge Reservoir, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful place, phenomenal place. And we're all getting excited for the hunting season coming up. I know everyone's getting fired up, checking their trail cameras. I'm going to be heading over to the Ot6 Ranch. I had been over there kind of in early June about a month ago, and got a bunch of cameras soaking there, so I'm anxious to get over there and see what the bulls are doing, see how the bucks and bulls are looking there at the Ot6. So awesome time of year. The Dall sheep hunters, it just started here. It's starting on July 15th. So I can't wait to start seeing the pictures filtering back from all the people that went up Northwest Territories Dall sheep hunting. So guys, let's just keep plowing away. Appreciate all the support of the podcast. If you'd like to send me an email, you can do so at jscottoutdoors@gmail.com. Also on my Instagram account, please follow jscottoutdoors. That's at jscottoutdoors. Send me a DM. Also on this podcast, if you're a regular listener of this podcast, I would really appreciate if you go on and give this podcast a positive review. Any review, to be honest with you, is good for this podcast. And I don't ask you guys to do much, but I would ask you, if you're a regular listener, please subscribe and go on and leave a review. That's very, very much appreciated. So guys, take care. God bless.